Okay, so it seems that we have another case of a VTuber being harassed, and this is to do with a VTuber called Sayu Sincronisity, who obviously, yeah, has a very big following and is very popular over on YouTube and over on Twitter, right? And recently I stumbled across a post over on the VTuber drama subreddit, essentially saying, I'm not sure why nobody listens. Now, this person posts a clip, which obviously is missing, I'm guessing it's missing quite a bit of context, but some stuff gets kind of revealed later on down the line, which I think is pretty insane. Now let's just listen to this clip and then we'll talk about exactly what followed from this, which kind of shut this original poster down.
Definitely. Oh, definitely. We report that guy. So is anyone good at finding IPs, by the way?
Just take your L and move on.
For real. If anybody's actually good at... See, the one thing I used to want to learn as a kid is how to hack people. It's a good thing I really didn't learn that, because I would have been that person. I would have been that person who would have been like, okay, so I've got your IP, and either you shut the fuck up and stop, or I will find you. Or I'll do that. I'll do both, and you do both. So, yeah, no. It's a really good thing.
So yeah, obviously that was the clip that they cut out there from this kind of segment, and this comes from a stream that was streamed quite a long time ago. Now, this is the one that I've got pulled up here, which is, yeah, Yamari Part 2. This was over 11 months ago, and they are still posting about this. And you can see that they recorded this clip over 2 months ago, 2 months since the video came out, the stream came out, and now they're posting it almost a year later on, trying to, I don't know, cancel her or whatever. And it just seems that this person is trying to harass Sayu for absolutely no reason at all. Now, obviously, this person goes on to say, so just because I was 14, in bracket mark, not quotations, brackets, 14, threatened to sue Sayu means that I deserve to get doxed. There is no justification for exposing where a 14-year-old child lives. None, not nothing. Not threatening to sue, not anything can justify doxing a minor. But yet, the community pretends otherwise because of how popular she is. Now, this is a pretty interesting kind of topic here, because obviously they go, oh, I'm 14 years old, and I threatened to sue them. First of all, I'm unsure if you can even sue someone at the age of 14. I'm pretty sure that's not possible. Maybe your parents could, but again, I don't think you could even do that at the age of 14, right? And it seems like obviously this backfired on the subreddit because nobody's, you know, kind of listening to this. It's just a dumb statement overall. You know, nobody's saying that, you know, hey, oh, you should be doing this or whatever. It's just so dumb. Now, obviously, they keep on going on in the comments saying, sounds like your parents didn't teach you right from wrong. And then they reply saying, you mind telling me why you think that? It says, sounds like you're harassing her and cut it to make it look like in your favor. That still doesn't give any justification for doxing a minor. Nothing will. And, well, they're missing the entire kind of context behind a lot of this stuff that has really been going on, you know, with this person and Sayu and how they've been kind of harassing her. And someone actually justifies this, not justify this, adds more context further down in the thread. Obviously, this person says, please show us proof of how she doxed you. Just saying I have your IP and I will find you is not doxing. And yeah, this is the thing, right? She makes a joke about doxing and makes a joke about finding IPs and whatever, right? But the thing is, she doesn't actually do it. You know, she doesn't just go, oh, here's the home address. Here you go, guys. That didn't happen. You know, that never happened. There was no doxing going on. She made a joke about finding an IP, and that is pretty much it, right? And obviously they're saying, people in the comments are saying, aren't you that guy that harassed Sayu and some other VTubers? Get a life. And obviously someone said, why are you suing a VTuber? Which is 100% true. And they said, he said he's suing them because he got banned. Because he got banned. Someone got banned and they're now trying to sue Sayu, a VTuber, because they got banned in their chat, which I think is pretty crazy. And obviously that is not going to fly in court at all. And as you can tell, this person is definitely 14 because, you know, I mean, it's only a 14-year-old would think that you could sue someone for being banned in a Twitch, or not Twitch chat, YouTube chat even. They say, here's the VOD for the stream, timestamp 21:54. And yeah, I did look through the VOD and she talks about it. Said apparently he threatened to do something to her, so she banned him, and then he proceeded to post on his own community page that he intended to sue. She was reading his unban request and making fun of him. The jab about looking up his IP is the extent of her doxing. No actual doxing happened, which is exactly what I said. I'm fairly certain this kid doesn't even know what doxing means. Which, yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy, and it's just one of these situations where, you know, I think we should probably stop letting 14-year-olds go on onto social media and start harassing VTubers, right? I think parents need to do a better job at kind of getting them off the platform and just kind of being like, hey, why don't we just go play with some Legos, or I don't know, go outside and play football or something like that, you know, rather than spending their time on Reddit, kind of making clips and cutting things out of context, and trying to make people look like, you know, worse than they actually are, and they're literally just telling a joke here, right? And I think that is the main kind of takeaway from this. Yeah, you know, people saying, yeah, we can tell you're 14, not like she knows how old you are a child and you act like one. Grow the hell up, because I don't know who you're crying to. Again, to be fair, like that you could say grow up to like a 30-year-old or a 20-year-old being like this, sure, but to a 14-year-old, they like actually are 14. So I don't know if you could even use the term grow the hell up, because like, can they grow up? And they're literally a child. I said, because I don't know who you're crying to here about you acting like an idiot. Also, are you just now crying over something that happened 2 months ago? Obviously, it didn't bother you then. And obviously, yeah, this is the thing though. This clip was taken 2 months ago, and they then obviously, so they knew about it 2 months after the live stream minimum. Like, I can understand that maybe they find it like later on, 2 months later, because it is a long stream and maybe they're not watching their streams, right? Sure. But then they took all of that time, obviously it's been 11 months now, so what, it's been over 9 months after they found the clip that they decided to share this to VTuber Drama. I don't know why, but it is pretty insane that, you know, they have decided to bring it up now. They said, this happened last November. OP's clip was recorded this last January or something. Said, my point still stands. Either OP has the slowest reaction skills known to man, or they're just seeking attention because they're a child and bored, which is 100% true. I think that is literally the case here. They probably stumbled across the subreddit and went, you know what, let me just rehash something that happened ages ago and do something like that, which I think is pretty interesting. And obviously they then start using the N-word, which is pretty insane. Said, big bad Sayu, y'all are just a bunch of ignorant clowns who are only ignoring me because Sayu is more popular than I am. Oh my god, bro. I mean, come on. Like, as I said, if this isn't a good enough reason as to why a lot of parents, should get their kids off of social media, I don't know what is, you know, because again, you open them up to a lot of hatred and stuff, and obviously, as I said, you don't go send any hate to this kid here, because obviously they are just like 14 years old and they're just being a dumbass pretty much on the internet, right? So again, but it does kind of prove that, you know, there needs to be better parenting put in place to stop people from getting attacked like this over on Reddit and stuff. Because, again, obviously what they have done is completely inflammatory, wrong, and they shouldn't have done it at all. But then also it's the parents' responsibility to stop them from going on social media and doing this kind of stuff and checking what they're up to if you do allow them to kind of go on the internet and stuff. Because, again, stuff like this happens and it can get worse. There's one thing of them, like, you know, kind of throwing accusations, saying they're going to sue Sayu and things like that. But there's also another thing after that. You get the backlash of it, of a lot of people who either don't know they're 14 or don't care that they're 14, and they send them like all sorts of horrible things, and that can lead to a bunch of other issues. And I think obviously that is one of the big reasons as to why you shouldn't allow your 14-year-old to be, you know, browsing through Reddit, threatening to sue VTubers and stuff like that, right? It was people saying, if you're 14, you should just stay off of Reddit and definitely stay off of Twitch. Also, I don't think she's saying deserve. I think she's expressing spite. If she had the skill, she would abuse it to spite people that annoyed her. Thank God she doesn't have the skill. I don't believe she's actually calling for you or anyone to be doxxed, which, yeah, is true, you know? And people said, I literally have no idea who she is. Still crazy, though. Said, I hope that 14-year-old gets out unscathed, but said he wrote this. It said, I'm made of stupid. So obviously some people are only just finding out exactly what is behind this. So if you do see any posts like this related to Sayu, obviously it's based off of a kid's kind of like random telling of the story, cutting things down and threatening to sue them, which I think is pretty insane. And obviously this is some really old stuff, to be fair. Like, obviously it's a year old, but it seems like they're still continuing to this day to try and spread some lies about Sayu. And yeah, as I just said, if you're the parent of whoever's account this is, definitely have a word with them. Take away their access to Reddit, because again, it's just not good for anybody. It's not good for Sayu, as you know, obviously she's being harassed by this person, but also at the same time, it's not good for the child to be on there, because as I said, you know, they can face a lot of dangerous kind of stuff going on online, including obviously messages and things coming from all of the backlash from this, as well as even more stuff that could happen, which I think is obviously terrible and is one of the big reasons why you should keep your kids away from the internet, or at least keep them safe and keep them browsing exactly what you want them to be browsing, and until obviously they're old enough to kind of, you know, do whatever they want. Right, but for now, obviously, yeah, you can see why it's such a big problem. I think this is literally, this should be used as some kind of case study as why you shouldn't let them kind of browse the internet so freely, because things like this always do happen. But yeah, I just thought this is a kind of crazy situation that I wanted to share with you guys. And as I said, if you guys do see anything similar to this, don't believe in it. It's just so dumb, and I think a lot of people are being stupid about it. So again, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code KAZA, get 10% off again. You got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.